Just to know.
Every day, I die over and over
To make you smile, and you need me to hold you close, and all your fears that you dream of will disappear. just look on, and I'll look down, and all your fears around the ground. Then you said, all I ever wanted was to love like this. All I ever needed was to feel like something more than a closed door flat on the floor. I can offer so much more. All I ever wanted was to feel at ease. All I ever needed was to get up off my feet. 'Cause I believe in hold on just a little. We'll meet right here in the middle ground is where we'll stand. Let go of the brittle, 'cause you'll find life is a riddle that we're not meant to understand. Understand.
Take me in slow, breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs inside you, and the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. It's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Let the darkness take control. Let the darkness take control. Darkness take control. May the darkness take control. Take me in slow, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. It's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take control.
That was disgusting. Oh my god, June. Oh!
Absolutely devastating.
He's actually in a really good spot for his teammates to watch over him and give him assistance, but no one really watching the main run-up. And oh, what a trophy system collateral kill!
Oh, they gotta get on the point. They gotta get on the point. They're gonna run out of time. Can they contest? They are with 1.4 seconds. And Bill is gonna go down. We are gonna be seeing him now. No, out of the point, and Wave Runners by the skin of their teeth. They're gonna be able to hold on.
Can he play from a horse? Oh, holy! He's gonna get another one.
As Hoy will quick scope heavy.
But it's gonna not necessarily translate to control from the bottom lane, as Legacy just being an absolute nuisance here with his team just getting such a back control here.
Team kill is gonna get hustled down to 2v2. They should have had the man up, and now Austin's gonna try to get one. He's gonna look for the double, can't quite get it. Zuxium, the last man alive, and now it's Zuxium trying to finish off the team. He's gonna stun him there, C1. One's gonna push out, it's gonna get taken out. Zuxium can finish it right here, 7 points left. Taking out another one more pushes out. He's gonna get taken out by teammates, and that's gonna be Hype Esport taking map number 1.
Hello. How is everybody doing? K7 family. I hope you are doing well this evening. And I don't know, we got a match here tonight. It's going to be Living Nightmare versus Natural Talent. Living Nightmare has finally showed up for a match. This is huge. I am kind of excited to see how they're going to be playing. Yeah, exactly. Claps all around. Golf claps all around. Let's go ahead and give them a round of applause. But they're going to be facing off against the number 2 team in their division. So that is going to be a hefty and tall order. And that brings me here to my next one is Big Tall Matt. He knows all about being tall. So how are you doing here this evening?
Standing at 6'7", bro. Listen, the weather up here is not too nice, but I'm doing pretty good myself. Appreciate you asking. Brett, 2 games in a row. Technical difficulties on the first one, Call of Duty being Call of Duty, but now here we are for part 2 of the night. Living Nightmare, like you said, going up against Mr. Natural Talent, NT themselves. Could be a potential nightmare. Play on words there, but honestly, going into tonight's matchup, let's go ahead and take a look at the Nightmare roster real quick. Getting things going right now. You got Matthew. Oh, I'm gonna root for that guy. Look at that. Twitter. Oh, I can't. I'm just Twitter rib. I don't even know. Twitter Beanieville. Twitter Josh Tries and Slugger. That's gonna be hard to say. Vil Tries and Slugger and Matthew.
I love this. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Matt, because I had a completely brain meltdown the other day when I cast God Gaming. I could not say the real deal Dylan or Dill, whatever his name was. See, I'm already messed it up again. And yeah, so it warms my heart to know that I'm not the only one that can screw up a name. So let's go ahead and take a look at our next roster, which is going to be Natural Talents. We got Cats, Mir. Kip is not going to be playing. It's going to be, what was the name again, Connie? Crixus and Esporto. All of these guys are fantastic players. So I would say that, yeah, the advantage is definitely going to be here for Natural Talent. As we said before, they are currently number 2 in their division. Living Nightmare, though, they were gone. I believe they had 2 forfeit losses in a row, but maybe they were just hibernating there for a while. They were saving up their raw talent and play ability for this match. They're making sure that they can kind of gather it all up and expend it all onto Natural Talent. That kind of sounded gross there. But anyways, yeah, we're going to be seeing potentially a good match here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our maps that are going to be coming up here in a few moments. There you go. So we're going to be seeing a hardpoint garrison, an S&D raid, or a control raid. If it goes to a map number 4, Hardpoint Moscow, and then a S&D Moscow, if we do go to a game number 5. I don't think that we're going to be seeing a game number 5. I think Natural Talent, because, they've been really solid throughout the entire season so far. I think they're going to probably be able to take this in 3. If not 3, they're going to be able to do it in 4 for sure. So, yeah, nothing against Living Nightmare. I just think Natural Talent is just that much better of a team so far. But yeah, should be a pretty decent maps up here to beginning. Garrison Hardpoint, always a really fun one to go on to. It is a meat grinder. And then, of course, S&D and Control on raids are really you're fair and balanced. I mean, that's probably the best maps that you have for those particular modes. Definitely solid choices all around. So some good maps are going to be lined up. And yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the division standings just real quick. And we'll see kind of what they're going to be setting at in terms of map counts, because I don't think Living Nightmare, are they still okay? So they're still potentially in the run for a playoff spot. They could get into it as a wild card spot, I believe, if they do end up winning out on this match. I think they have this map and then one more next week that they'll be able to play. And I don't remember who that is actually that they're going to be playing, but I think through map count, if they can actually get a good, decent map count here, and then if Valkyrie ends up slipping up, which they are going to be, they did lose. So Hyped Esports is going to be up above them. So it'll be an interesting little setup there. There's always potential for something to happen, but Living Nightmare, I don't think technically out of that running just yet.
Yeah, I know. Like you said, they forfeited the last few matches they had. They could have been in the hyperbolic time chamber or in the recovery chamber, either or, whoever you guys typically use on the Twitter. You always see Goku in that recovery chamber on Twitter, but hey, we don't know. We haven't seen these guys play in a while. Roster-wise, I believe there was a few changes, if I recall, because I actually did cast Living Nightmare a couple weeks ago, probably like 4 or 5 weeks ago. It's been a while since I've seen them, obviously. Natural Talent, this is going to be the first time I've cast them, but not the first time I've watched them. They're a very solid roster. But I will go ahead and say it here, because I know there's a few more boys here. You guys got your run for the money if you guys do play Syndicate. Out of these top 3 seeded teams, I think Syndicate would definitely give you guys the run for the money. I think they're a solid roster. But NT, you guys are no slouches yourself. You guys are here for a reason. You guys are a top 3 team for a reason, and you guys are a really, really good team. But let's go ahead and see that tonight, going up against Living Nightmare. Garrison getting loaded up right now will be hard point. We did see a Garrison control earlier, so second time tonight we'll be seeing it, and we are guaranteed seeing raid 2 more times tonight for obviously the next 2 maps will be there. And we saw a raid control earlier last match. So I always love raid. I'll never get tired of casting raid, but Garrison hardpoint can be very iffy. Me and Kyle always touch on these little facts we have. One of them being the spawns don't work on this map. You cannot change my mind. They're really just wonky. You can play all the control you want, but obviously that hill number 3, as you're seeing right now on your screen, it just can go either way. You can have full control of that little warehouse, but for some reason you're 1 millimeter to the right of it, and then boom, you got 2 guys spawning behind you. So hopefully we don't see any of that tonight. Maybe it's been fixed for all I know, and like a little ghost, whatever the heck they call them, ghost update or whatever. But we have seen a lot of flips happen because of that, and it really does stink. But you know what? Obviously, part 2 of those facts is having top green / bridge control. That goes a long way for a majority of these hills, all of them, but really the 3rd hill, honestly. So obviously, that top green control going to be very, very handy if once the skin goes ahead and gets loaded, having technical difficulties earlier, and hopefully we get some better luck. And apparently, no better luck.
Yeah, as we said before, experiencing those difficulties earlier on, probably going to be having him here for this map, and that is exactly what is going to be going down. So while we are waiting, let's go ahead and just mention our partners, because that's what we do. We mention our partners when we have downtime because they are amazing to be shouting them out. So first of all, GitGudHosts, definitely appreciate those guys. They do give us the most fair and balanced opportunity here for these players and for these teams to have a good competition. So thank you guys for being able to provide that service. Next, going to be DropShotStats. These guys provide all the amazing stats that the casters use, as well as the K7 admins use as well. It allows us to create these really cool storylines throughout the season and be able to give you guys just an idea of really who to watch and what players are going to be, really shining on what maps and what modes. And then Gamers Resort for mental health awareness. Definitely appreciate what they are doing. Important job there, being able to reach out or having somebody that others can reach out to for help. That is extremely important and something that in the last year or so has probably been extremely needed. And then DesignByYou.com, creating the overlays and the awesome intros. We got a little heads up from, I think it was Vic, said that he got a little taste of the playoff intro, and he said, man, it is spicy. So I am looking forward to what that's going to be coming out for. And I got to say, we have got to have that hero 4-piece, I think it was, going into the intro. That's got to be like the opening segment. I don't know. It's something. I mean, you got to throw the guy a bone. He did fantastic there. But yeah, it's definitely appreciate them. So if you can, go ahead and check them out as well. But yeah, so I think right now we're just hopefully going to be able to get into this map fairly soon, get this thing rolling. I would imagine that most people in chat are probably going to be saying that Natural Talent going to be able to take this in a 3-0, 3-1 fashion. But again, Living Nightmare, maybe they're going to be able to show up and surprise us just a bit. Not too sure. It would definitely be a good one if we could go to a map number 5. I think I have only cast 3 map 5s the entire time that I've been at K7. So that has been very, very disappointing for me. I just don't. And furthermore, well, we get these new maps that come in, right? We get Apocalypse, we get Express. I have not cast a single Express map, and I've only cast 1 on Apocalypse. This is not right. It's not fair.
Honestly, I've yet to cast Express on K7. I've casted elsewhere. And I haven't casted Apocalypse at all yet, anywhere in that case. So I feel you there. I like Express a lot. Express is very fun S&D map to go ahead and play. Obviously, Respawn's it's a bit weird, but Apocalypse is I believe we're playing on Hardpoint this year, if I recall, or this season, or whatever you want to go ahead and call it. I don't think it's in any other map or any mode. But other than that, I mean, obviously, we want to see a bit more of these newer maps for, say, obviously, Raid and Express. Been in the game for years. But Apocalypse is a decent map at that, because obviously a lot of these maps that we were given this season of Call of Duty just weren't the best. I'm very happy that the devs are hopefully, I believe they were trying their best with Apocalypse to make it maybe more competitive heavy map, and then obviously bringing back Raid. And I was actually kind of surprised to see Express in the rotation, but then again, like I said, with the maps we were given, kind of not surprised as well. Being a Black Ops 2 guy myself.
Yeah, I think the last couple of years we've had some issues with the base maps that have come out. It's kind of been slacking for a little while. But on the note of maps, I would love to see a system to where maybe we could have a situation to where we have a map pool, and then kind of like in CS, to where every now and then they kind of drop a new map and pull one map out. That way, it just kind of shakes things up a bit.
No, I completely agree with that. And it's CS, they do a decent job with it. It's been generally the same maps. I don't remember the last time CS has actually gone through and made a change, besides when they added Vertigo into the rotation, which was like 2 years ago now, I think. But yeah, Call of Duty, given that map pool, I completely agree with you on that one, dude. But honestly, with this game, couldn't happen. Modern Warfare could not have happened. There is just not a lot of maps to play with between these two games. And I actually believe Modern Warfare was the lowest amount of maps we were given at start. And Cold War, I believe, is the second as well. I believe we only got like 9 maps in Modern Warfare, that's excluding all the 2v2 gunfight maps as well. And I believe we only got 11 in this, or it might be vice versa. But these last 2 games were were definitely the lowest map counts we've gotten. And granted, the boys over at Activision, Blizzard, and Infinity War, Treyarch, they had to go ahead and cut a year off of this game because Sledgehammer made a dumb boo-boo. So this game is a year rushed, and honestly, it's a decent game for being a year rushed. But you know what? Hopefully, we'll get a good Call of Duty next season. Sledgehammer's had a few extra years to work on it now. But let's go ahead. Talking about these guys, Kates will go ahead and pick up kill number 1 for Natural Talent, getting to this hill early. 2 points already for them, but the kills are coming out so far in favor of Natural Talent. 3 already on the board, and only 1 so far for Living Nightmare. As the hold will go ahead and come through. Mir waiting for his teammates to go ahead and make any sort of maneuver here to try and go ahead and retake this hill, or keep this hill contested, for say, while the team's already on there. And there we go. The plays will go ahead and come out from Living Nightmare. 2 kills will go down. Matthew coming out with a big double kill. Go ahead and finding the second one there on your screen. Asporto coming up from behind and going to be taking him out. But now here we go. Asporto now currently on a 4 streak, going absolutely off. 4-0 for him. He's looking for number 5. He's going to be able to find it. And we're going to go ahead and just stay up. He switched it. But he will go ahead and get taken out. The Bullfrog being pulled out from Mr. Josh. I just realized that. I haven't seen that in a while. Might be a bit of a meme pick. But 25-12 right now, going into hill number 2.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Corn a little bit about the Bullfrog pick. We had a match last week with Heartbreakers, and he made some good points that it's not technically an all meme gun. It is pretty good at mid range. It can do a decent job and throw a lot of bullets out there. So it does have its place, and in the right hands, it actually can do quite a bit of damage. But we are going to be seeing Natural Talent winning out on those rotations. They are going to be able to get this initial time here onto the point, and so far they have been able to lock it down completely. We do see Josh though able to get that initial kill, but followed it back up. That's going to be Mir with 2 kills of his own, just basically frying there for top green. So they've managed to be able to take this over. Already rotating back in, we're going to be seeing number 7 Mir once again leading that charge. Number 2 Matthew. Now this guy, he could potentially do some work here. Oh, look at number 8 though, going in for a flank. He doesn't end up getting picked up. Now it's up to Cats here to take that first initial push. They kind of waited a bit there, but I think they are going to be okay. Mir's still going to be up and alive, as he will be contesting this point here in just a few minutes. We do see that flip out with the spawns, it looks like, and this is definitely looking good here for Natural Talent, as they will be able to clear the point and start racking up more of that juicy time.
Yeah, Mir just hanging out in the back there, doing a great job. Obviously, when the kill went out, I believe it was Matthew who spawned all the way tank side. So a good hold from there, and obviously after he picked up that second kill, spawning way in the back. But here we go, a little bit of split spawns technically going on here. You saw number 5 on your radar, Cates. He actually spawned way back tank, and 1 and 2, Matthew and Josh both spawned on hill number 2. And now we see Natural Talent finally spawning where they should be with control of this hill, no one in the back. Now here we go, Cates with 2, not going to be looking for the third, but not going to be able to get it. But Josh trying to make the cap as well, going to go to get taken out now, but Cruxus, sorry, I don't remember what we're calling him already. Craig 6, thank you. Craig 6, we'd love to see it. Makes it easier for me to remember now. As he goes ahead, going on a bit of a tear. 2 streak for him, but only 3 kills to his name. Looking good so far for the side of Natural Talent. 10-4 from Sporto. Make that 11-4. Having an absolutely great start. I believe he was 6-0 at one point. Kate's 11 and make that 12-6. Just have to keep saying it, and they'll keep racking up kills. Living Nightmare 11-8. Your highlighted player, Mr. Josh, doing a great job so far now in the hill. And honestly, I don't think Living Nightmare is going too terribly bad right now. I think on that last hill, I think, like I mentioned, the spawn kind of didn't go out in their favor right now. But 30 seconds left on the clock. And now that I'm thinking more about it, Natural Talent just doing such a good job of just holding this hill. I believe they've had a person in it for a majority of this time. They might be able to go ahead and get the full 60 off of it. But
yeah, just overall,
chilling back.
Yeah, overall, they've just been able to kind of bully them in terms of kills, being able to get the kills in the right positions, and that's locking down that time. You can see Cat's able to pick up that 5 spree right now. He's potentially looking at streaks. He's going to be able to get number 6, looking for the artillery. He comes in back behind Josh over here. He should be able to pick it up. Oh, Josh does end up stopping him there. So that is actually a pretty huge kill, as we do see streaks on this map. It does get very ugly very quickly, especially if you're able to push him outside. But, we do see the rotation being won initially here from Living Nightmare. They did get a few seconds off of it, but ultimately it's not really going to matter much. Natural Talent able to push them off. We do see Mir starting to stack them up, only able to pick up 1, but does enough damage that his teammates will be able to clear out Catwalk. That was a beautiful play there. Natural Talent they are on a roll and not stopping whatsoever, as we are seeing a 120-point lead.
Yeah, like I said, going back to that, my statement, Living Nightmare, I complimented you guys that as soon as I did, that hill number 3 or hill number 4 just went down the toilet for them. Natural Talent 170-52 as they go ahead and just break the hill right there. Slugger will be the last one left, and he will go ahead and get taken out by Mir. Nobody on the hill just yet. They're going to go ahead and set up the next. They'll scrap the rest of the time there, last few seconds there. But now they are split. 2 over there in green, and Bricks will go ahead and get found by 1. It's on your radar will be Mr. Esperto asserting his dominance on this hill, but they do have a lurker, Mr. Ben Evil. He's currently in top green. He can go ahead and cause some havoc, but a gunfight will happen, and Mir will come on top of the 2 of those fellas in green. And now Esperto finding another, having a great game, dude. Already on a 3 streak this life, 17-8, and now 18-8 with an absolute challenge and a half. I believe he was only at 100 HP when he challenged there, not even at the full 150. But you know what? He's going to keep on going, pulling out this bullfrog from his back pocket. I believe he's the one that picked this up, but he will go ahead and get taken out. Evil picking up a nice double kill before getting taken out, and they're going to go ahead and take the last few seconds on this hill. You do see Matthew already chilling, now going brick. He's going to be able to top find one, actually. He's looking for it. He's looking for this kill. He's able to find one. He knows where the other is. He's hunting him down. Will he be able to find him? But it will be Crick 6. There we go. I said it right. Just chilling in the corner, baiting him out, able to find him. And now there's only one player on this hill, but now he's completely surrounded thanks to the spawns. He's able to get one. He's looking for the last, and Evil will go ahead and be taken out as he goes and just chills here.
Looking so far so good here for this hard point. We do see a nice save there from Josh. He finally does end up getting taken out. Will be getting contested though from Matthew. So Natural Talent able to get onto the point. Only about 30 seconds left. So obviously they're not going to be able to win it here if they do end up gaining the majority of this time that is left. Yeah, Natural Talent still have a massive wall to climb here. So if they do end up getting these last 18 seconds or so, they will be over that 100-point mark. But we do see the rotations already set up here for P3. Natural Talent is going to be spread out very nicely. They have secured themselves the spawns as well, so they're not going to have to worry about any sneaky plays coming in from behind. And as soon as this hill pops, they are going to be able to gain this time back. We do see a spawn out from a couple of their players, so they might have a really weird kind of pinch. It's going to be coming on down. That's going to be Mir cleaning it up. And yeah, so they guarantee the spawns once again. They are going to be able to get onto this point, and they could actually end it out right here, right now.
Yeah, the 100-point club just 2 points away from being broken, and they're going to go ahead and Living Nightmare going to go ahead and do their best, try and not let that happen. One of those there's feats in Call of Duty that happen. It's kind of embarrassing, but Living Nightmare doing their best, and they're actually going to go ahead and break this hill. 1 point needed to get rid of that little weight on their shoulders there, but Mir doing a great job. His team coming on over, not going to push the hill just yet. They were trying to bait something out, but Rate is going to be able to go ahead and find two. Kates, excuse me. And I believe that was number 3, but I can't really tell. My computer's going a little. He didn't pick up that third. There we go. But Esperto having a great game. 26 and 15, 28 and 16 from Kates as well. Just everybody on this roster is doing what they should be doing. Well, I mean, looking at the kill-wise, Crixus he's lacking just a little bit, but he's getting all these core positionings. He's baiting his body out, and you know what? His teammates are there to help. But it's 236 to 107 and counting up. Living Nightmare getting past that 100-point mark right there. Not going to be a total embarrassment, I guess you could say, but just the way Natural Talent's been playing, they look really good up against this Living Nightmare roster, and it's going to be, obviously, you know what? It's still very doable that they go ahead and come back, but it will be a very tough game.
You know, honestly, this is really good here for Living Nightmare. They're starting to heat up, so if we can kind of see them continuing this pace throughout the maps, they have absolutely a fantastic opportunity to make a series of this. I think that it's probably too little too late here with just, really 10 seconds left for Natural Talent in order to take this win, but they've looked really solid for the last half of this game. Josh going 28 and 26, so he's really starting to light up in terms of kills. The rest of our team were starting to trade out efficiently. The rotations weren't looking too bad, and they got a couple of really good breaks in there to contest that time from Natural Talent. So honestly, if we see these guys keep this pace up into the S&D and the control, there's definitely an opportunity for them to be able to take at least one of these maps off of Natural Talent. Obviously, Natural Talent is not impervious. We have seen them drop a couple of maps already, not just to Valiant, but to some other teams as well. So they can bleed. And this Living Nightmare team just might be able to draw some of that blood here. But going into this S&D, it is... I think it's going to be a really critical opportunity here for Living Nightmare. They got to be able to come out hard, fast, take a couple of rounds right off the bat, make sure that they can get that momentum in their favor. That way they can kind of get the good vibes going and hopefully steal this next map from them.
No, yeah, dude. This S&D going to be the crucial one for them. And, S&D wins champs. We keep saying that. It's been a saying in Call of Duty for years and years and years now. So Living Nightmare, if you got to turn up now, or if you got to turn up anytime, it's going to be now. Trying to get over to that hard point number 2. Now, I mean, like you said, they started looking good towards the end there. They had a decent start, probably about a minute or 2 minutes into it. It just kind of went south real fast. Natural Talent got too big of a lead for Living Nightmare to go ahead and make anything happen. But like you said, they started getting hot at the end. It looked like they started warming up. So hopefully this S&D, they can go ahead and bring this home. But Natural Talent is the no slouch themselves. They're a pretty good S&D team for what I've been told so far. Talking to a few guys before this about how the roster stacked up against a few, because Valkyrie guys, they pay attention to every match possible. But they're not no slouch though. But like you said, Living Nightmare, they've been on hiatus for a little bit. But I will say this, they're not looking awful. They're looking decent right now, and they still got a few more maps to go.
Yeah, and it's a good map, I think, for them to be able to have that comeback. Raid, probably one of our most balanced maps overall. I think that this is a good mix between what strats you want to push. If you want to go up to A, B, or up through the middle, there's some really interesting plays that you can have all around. So, yeah, these teams are going to have options, and I think Living Nightmare just might be able to surprise us here on this next one. Natural Talent, though, as you said, no stotches. They are going to be coming out swinging, and I think that they absolutely have the ability to just smack down Living Nightmare. Take this in a 6-2, maybe a 6-3 fashion. But something tells me, something just kind of tickles my brain in the back and says, "Nah, Living Nightmare, they're going to be able to make some plays here."
Yeah, like you said, I always root for the underdogs, and obviously Living Nightmare being the underdogs, but Natural Talent being a good team, they could easily 6-0 this. But like I said, I don't think Living Nightmare is going to go down without a fight. I think this will be at least a 6-4 if Natural Talent just blows it out for say. But I believe we're going to go ahead and get loaded into the raid now. Hopefully no errors, knock on wood. Once again, been having it all night so far, but we're looking good. These players are ready. Natural Talent trying to defend that 3 seats. I don't think they can actually make it to the first seed in their division. I believe they've been cut off from that already, if I was told earlier or yesterday, but I'm not too sure how that worked because I thought them and Valiant both had the same record. But like I said, what do I know?
Yeah, but I think Valiant would win the head-to-head because Valiant did end up beating them. So, yeah, Valiant did take them down, and they took them down in convincing fashion as well. I mean, it was a 3-0. So
oh wow,
it was pretty rough. Yeah, but we do see Esporto just showing off his parkour tricks there, doing a little spin, little twirl. Maybe he's getting back from ballet. I don't know. But we do have Esporto getting that first blood, getting second one. Yes, he does. A third goes down. Slugger, though, is going to be able to play spoiler. He picks up at least one of those kills, but he's on the run here as Crixus is going to be able to spot him out. They know exactly where he's going to be at. It is just a matter of time before they finish it off. And there you have it. That is going to be a very quick round for Natural Talent.
Yeah, just this double kill off the rip here. He was actually almost able to pick up the kill on a Slugger up there in bedroom. But a really, really good start for Esporto. A few shots away from go ahead and landing that. But he had a really hot start last map, and now he's already starting off 2-1. And like I said, he pretty much did almost all the damage on a Slugger, but nobody was able to finish him off until I believe it was Crixus making his way back over and then going to go ahead and take him out. But now Living Nightmare going to get a chance on the defense. A very, very fast offensive round for them, not going in their favor. As we go ahead and see Blue on the map, spreading out all over Raid. Josh will go ahead and pick up kill number 1, making his way on top. Nice little trick play. I do like that one. A nice little double kill coming from him. But he does have a teammate that went ahead and went down. Double checking the bodies already. Eagle making sure, zombie outbreak coming to Warzone once again. Perhaps maybe floods that special event. But it's a 1v2 now. Esporto up against Josh and Slugger. He's in an okay position. He's in Zig. He just has to go ahead and catch one of them off guard. Obviously making it a bit more even. He spots both, though. And I believe both those players will go ahead and shoot right back at him. Going to go ahead and do a little trick play. They're not going to be watching the back. He's going to be able to find one, but he won't be able to find number 2. Living Nightmare picking up their defensive side going into round number 3.
Yeah, they did it in fairly convincing fashion right there. I love this play here from Josh. As you said, a little bit of a dip, dive, and dodge. He's going to be able to pick up Mir there from the side. So fantastic plays coming in for Living Nightmare. They're going to be able to even that up. So as we said before, if they're going to be able to take a map, S&D, looks like this is going to be a good opportunity for them. They are going to be able to even this up 1-1, kind of continue in that rising momentum that they were starting to build up in that hard point. Is exactly what they needed to do. So it does look like we're going to be having a big, heavy push coming over here towards that point. It's going to be Mir potentially playing spoiler. He has spotted out one. Oh, yeah. He's going to get the flank with a little bit of help here from Mir, take him down, and they have been able to get a nice collapse going on down. But we do see an answer back as Ben has been taken out, and now it's going to be up to Esporto and Crixus, but Esporto does get picked up. Crixus now the only one alive, and Living Nightmare, they're starting to really pick it up. We do see the bomb going on down. Big rotation on the flank coming on in. Crixus, yes, he will be able to pick up that one kill that evens it up, or no, takes it to a 1v2. As really a little bit of time here to play with. So his next shots are going to be absolutely critical. And Crixus is going to be able to wrap around Slugger, already knowing where he's going to be coming in. But Slugger goes down. Josh not there to answer back. It was getting spicy for a moment, but Living Nightmare takes the lead in a 2-1 fashion.
Yeah, that would have been a heck of a highlight right there. But another good round coming from Living Nightmare. Like we said, if they were going to turn up anywhere, it would be here. And a map 4. I don't want to jinx it yet, and I think it might be too late, but they're looking good right now. Let's go ahead and go with that. But Esporto 5-3 now, still having a really, really good start for him. But look at Josh, 4-1 for him. Really good stat line. He's currently on the 4 streak, staying alive the last 2 rounds here. But now, are we going to see an aggressive push here coming from Josh? We are actually. And it will be Mr. Cates, the only one watching mid. Slugger does find Crixus on 1, and now here Josh will be able to find 1, almost able to only land 1 or 2 bullets, but all blue in the kill feed right now, able to find 2, and now it's going to be a 3v2. Matt and Evil, last 2 players up for Living Nightmare, going up against Kate, Esporto, Mir, and the bomb itself going planted as well. They're going to go ahead and set up these long engagements with these ARs. It's going to be very interesting to see how they do this. Matt going to peek out, and he's actually going to be able to find 1. That's a big kill. Esporto, their main player right now, currently down. It's going to be Kate and Mir in a 2v2 going up against Matt and Evil still. But that bomb is ticking away, and they're going to have to go ahead and do something. It might have to be a bit of a bait, but Evil will get caught out in the open. The trade will go ahead and happen. Now it's going to be a 1v1. Mir just has to play time. That's all it's left. 14 seconds left, and here comes the hunt. I don't think it's going to be... Oh, Mir. I believe you heard that little ledge there. He's hunting, not on bomb. All he has to do is hide. And a great play from Mir, playing a little bit of that ring around the Rosie. Good plays there, trying to bait him out with the shot. He's not going to be able to get the kill. Matt will go ahead and take that kill, though, boosting his KD and natural talent. We'll go ahead and tie this right back up 2-2.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to see him go maybe for the defuse. I really don't think that Mir would have been checking it the way he was kind of acting there. Probably would have been able to sneak it on in there, but you know, even in the end, he wasn't able to stay alive. I don't know, was he on a streak there? I don't think he was.
Josh was on a streak. Josh was on a 4 streak before this, and Matt's on a 3 right now.
Okay, so yeah, but anyways, Mir is not able to get any kills going on through there. But anyways, they are going to be saving the streak progress, so that could come into effect here in this next couple of rounds. We do see Cats trying to look over here in the Zig, not going to be finding anybody just yet. Does look like a heavy A push is going to be commencing for Living Nightmare, but natural talent, they're going to go ahead back on up, try. Oh no, Cats, he's going to get aggressive.
No.
Will be able to pick up that first blood. That is huge. Little bit of extra dipping right there just to make sure that he knows who was the one who got the kill. Matt, though, is going to be able to answer back. So now it's down to a 3 versus 2 as Ben Evil has been picked up. And oh, look at that spot. Mir able to take down Slugger, and all of a sudden an answer back 2-3. Natural talent. They're looking good.
Yeah, that headshot, the headshot multiplier in this game is absolutely insane. Landing 1 headshot, and then Esporto was able to finish off that kill there. It's a half his HP. I believe more than half his HP with the Craig is the headshot multiplier for this game. So it's literally a 2-shot kill. And it rewards players that aim. So natural talent coming 2 rounds in a row now, 3-2. Like I said, I did predict that 6-4 if it were going either way. But Living Nightmare obviously not out of the 6-4 from Matt, 4-3 Josh, 3-5 Slugger, and Mr. Evil 1-5. But slacking just a little bit. Crixus will go ahead and get taken out first, but the trade goes ahead and happens almost immediately after. Bomb making its way through laundry right now. It might be a total wraparound. It really wouldn't surprise me, but they do have total control B minus mid, obviously. But you do have one player, Mr. Matt, lurking all the way in garden. And Cates is he's kind of waiting. He wants them to go ahead and get aggressive. They have 55 seconds to play with, obviously. But with one player, well, 2 players really mid now. Slugger is currently playing Water Stairs. And now number 4, Evil, zigzag now in middle. Bomb goes down. Mir gonna go ahead and punt it. Oh, wow. Matt was able to pick that one up. What a beautiful kill come from him. And now it's gonna be 3-2. The numbers advantage will be there. As long as they go ahead and execute the sites together and get the intel, Slugger will go ahead and get taken out. They now know where one of the players is. It's on your left. Evil, what are you looking at there, buddy? He's looking in the opposite direction. Now Cage is going to be in a one-on-one engagement. He's going to be able to pick that up. Double checking for zombies once again. Natural Talent taking now 3 in a row. And that was a really good, nice little kill there from Cates on a spread with the double. Like I said, I'm not too sure what Mr. Evil was looking at. He had the intel on one, and he was looking the opposite direction. He's probably checking both ways before he crosses the little road there.
It's just bad timing. Bad timing that comes into it. You know, that just split second that ends up biting you in the ass. But Esporto, let's just go ahead and point out the fact that he's 9-4 right now. So he is looking fantastic here in this map, and probably going to be continue looking fantastic as well. He's on a 3 streak. We'll see if he's going to be able to stretch that out even more. Both of the teams going over here towards B, so we are going to be seeing a clash coming into the middle of the map, and it's looking like it's heavily going to be favoring Natural Talent. Cat's the only one to go down on their squad. Then Evil, last one left up and alive. He is not in the best of positions here to make this happen. All the way back over onto Garage. He does have the Krig in hand, so might be able to get a couple of these long shots over there towards that B side of the map. But with Bomb being down at Ring, that's going to be a really tough situation to have to go through and pick that up because it's fairly open. You're going to have to cross a lot of sight lines. You're going to have to get at least one of these opening kills with this 2-on-1. And can he make it a 1-on-1? He does, but it answered back. Natural Talent. It's going to be 2-5 in the favor of Natural Talent. They're looking fantastic.
Yeah, no, they're just a few little, just like you said, like those milliseconds that are coming. And they're really biting Nightmare in the butt right now. But Natural Talent looking like a solid roster right now. Going into match point, round number 8 now. Natural Talent looking to go ahead and close this one out with Spurto. Already 10-5. Mr. MVP of this S&D already having more kills than Hero would in a hard point. So it's looking really, really good for him. Got to poke some fun, see if he's watching. Get him active in the chat maybe. But Mir taking this heady real quick. Typical heady that we're going to see. He's going to be able to find 1, but 2 kills for the blue team. Mr. Natural Talent going to be able to find Matthew and Josh. Crix is going to be the only one to fall, and they got the intel. They know where one of these last 2 are. They wanted to. They could go ahead and get this bomb down, and that's what they're going to go ahead and do. And you're going to see Kate's lurking a little bit in kitchen, going to wait for someone probably to come through money. But both of these players are currently in hut, and not too sure what they're going to do. Here they go. I believe they're both going to go money. And Kate's might be able to go ahead and catch these 2 off guard. The pre-fire, he heard the vault, and now it's going to be the last player, Mr. Evil. In a 1v3, this would be MVP highlights right here. The bottom fragger trying to do something. He is going to be able to find 1, but he will go ahead and get taken out. And that 6-2 win, I was proven wrong once again tonight. I'm 0-4 for predictions, and Natural Talent will go ahead and take a very fast 6-2 win over Living Nightmare.
Yeah, they had a couple of those rounds that were just extremely fast and able to answer on back. So props there to Natural Talent. They go up 2-0 in the series. I don't think this is any surprise for anybody. It did look like we were going to be seeing a good map going back and forth. We were kind of trading out rounds, and we actually did see Living Nightmare going up there for just a few moments as well. So a little bit of disappointment that it didn't go maybe further on into the map. There were some moments where it came down, to 1v1 type situations. Just did not go their way though. And in the end, yeah, Natural Talent proving to be the better team. Heading on into our control map, which is going to be back here on Raid. We're not going to be going anywhere, guys. So still going to be on the nice coke-infested high-rise area of the map. I gotta love it. Getting your little sniffles going on as Tugboat can just go on for hours about how perplexed he is on the layouts here. And I gotta admit, I agree with him. When you're high on coke, you definitely do make a lot of mistakes. That caffeine, by the way, I'm talking about the drink, guys. I don't know what you're talking about, but the caffeine can really get to you. So yeah, heading on into control. What are your chances that you give Living Nightmare? I mean, out of what we saw from the hard point, they looked like towards the end of the hard point that they were starting to get some of those trades. They're starting to get some of those frags back. They were looking decent on their rotations coming in. They had a couple of good breaks as well, but in that S&D, I would say they kind of fell flat. I mean, they looked good in the first, 3-4 rounds, but they really started falling flat there towards the rest of the map.
Yeah, they're the S&D though. They only got blown out one round, and it was a quick 3 picks for round number 1. And then I believe the second or third to last round was also extremely fast. But it came down to a lot of 1v1s and a lot of 1v2s between these two teams. Living Nightmare could have easily made that to round 11. It just came down to where your shots are being shot. It came down to the positioning of the teammates. And right now, Kyle, Mr. Comica himself, hit me with some knowledge yesterday, and I actually completely agree with this. For Control kind of favors the S&D players just based off of just positioning and playing as a team, defending 2 sites, where Hardpoint you can like set up for the rotation, you can get the spawns next. But over here in Control, you have one spawn area, and it's very rare that actually gets broken and you spawn really high up. And obviously it's a punishment for people getting completely in the spawn, so you don't go ahead and break them. But the way that we saw that, I think Natural Talent will probably take this 3-0. But I think or at least one of these rounds will be extremely close, and I only see it going 3-1 though, based off of what we just saw in that S&D.
It's I would want to see a stat on that about your S&D teams, how well they do in the controls, because typically what I have, at least in the matches that I've cast, typically what I do see is the S&D teams, if they do take a map, they only take the S&D. And a lot of times their control is almost a blowout that it goes into. So that may just be the teams that I cast, but I would be really curious to see, because I can kind of get on board with that line of logic that you're going for. Yeah, it does absolutely matter with your setups, and you're not as rotation heavy as you are in a Hardpoint. That is a map that definitely flows, or a game mode that flows the entire time. It's not a very static map, whereas Control and S&D absolutely is. So yeah, I can kind of get behind that line of logic. It would be interesting to see how that actually shapes up. So maybe someday we can get DropShotStats to come out and hit us with that knowledge. But yeah, Raid Control going to be coming in. I would say, I love this map just for its balance. Really, I mean, I don't think it really favors attack defense. This is almost like a 50-50 map.
50-50, I agree.
Yeah, so it doesn't really have any one of them that it favors too much. So we're not going to be really seeing teams really hurting too much in terms of their defense, trying to get that defensive side. But yeah, so we'll see who's going to be able to get that first blood. It is going to be Matt, and we do see it answered back with 3 of Natural Talent. So they are going to be able to shut that push completely down.
Look at the respawns though from Living Nightmare. Crixus, if he's not going to be able to get this one off guard, they need everybody to flood this hill. If they can go ahead and get a tick on B early, this would be absolutely massive. They know where one is, but now looking back on the radar, our Sporto is going to actually be on the flank for this one. Might be able to shut this one down. That first tick is almost done, and they aren't able to do it, but now here we go. The complete opposite's going to happen now. All of them spawning Art. And now it's going to be 3 of them currently on the A site. Mir in a gunfight with Matt right now. And look at these ticks go. That's already 1. Now 2 done. Working on number 3 as Mir goes ahead and finds 1. Will he be able to peek out and get other? No, they're actually going to clear their lives. See if they can go ahead and get the exits right now. Because now the B, they did a really good job on the B, and they were literally, I believe, probably less than 3 seconds away from grabbing 1 tick on B, and that would have been huge going into things. But Natural Talent's already up 24-18 right now, coming in with lives. But they still got 1 minute and 45 to play with Living Nightmare. But we saw it on the S&D. The Natural Talent ARs on poolside, they are really, really solid. But some trick plays are going to have to go ahead and come out if Living Nightmare wants to break this hill.
To be honest with you, we have seen teams that are down lives being able to get onto that B point. They get a real quick wipe, and if you get all 4 on the point, you can cap it super fast. So I'm not too worried about the lives just yet. But yeah, Natural Talent really showing their prowess in the fragging department, just controlling the flow of this game so far. Yeah, they did give away that A point, but that's kind of natural. You do see that as the default point that does get taken. So not too surprising there, but over here on B, they've been able to lock it down completely. Cat's doing a fantastic job here in the back as he stops any potential flank that's going to be coming on in. You do see Mir also cleaning up there into the middle. So they have just time and time again been able to push back Living Nightmare. 7 lives are left. So if we're going to be seeing a push coming out right now for Living Nightmare, it's going to have to be here in the next couple of seconds. Cats is going to be able to catch out 2 there into the middle, looking for the 3rd here. Ben, where you at? There he is. as he picks up 3. 2 players are going to be left. And that, my friends, is going to be all she wrote. I do not see them being able to get through this gauntlet. Mir doesn't even have to get that last kill. His teammate picks it up for him. So yeah, that's a real good, solid first round for Natural Talent.
Dude, even if they got that B take, dude, I don't see him retaking that site. That was just such a good hold coming from Living Talent. And like you said, giving up the A site is natural. You're just supposed to hold that one as long as you can, you know? It's B site that you don't want to give up because B site is a bit more defensive sided. That A site being a lot more 50-50, but like we were talking about, this is more of an even map, and I kind of said it was 50-50. But I totally forgot how hard the B site was to take. I'll give it 60-40. It's by far the most even match we had because map that we have, because like other maps like Checkmate and Garrison are extremely defensive heavy, and it's absolutely insane. But it's crazy. Heard a little comment from Connie earlier. It's like, imagine that a good map. Yeah, and imagine that a good map from like that's 10 plus years old on a mode that's only, I believe, 3 or 4 years old now. This mode is new, and the fact that an old map like this can go ahead and fit a new mode is still really cool to me. But this B hit, while I'm talking, 3 lives have been used, and not gonna cap it. They're doing it. They're working on it. Kates, don't hop off of it. There you go. The hard site was secured first. And
yeah, I love how you just sit there and you're like, oh yeah, this is the harder side to do. We're 60-40. Let's go ahead and change that. Natural Talent in the span of what, maybe 30 seconds goes ahead, caps it all out. They stay ahead in the life count, only losing 1. Yeah, that is just domination if I ever saw it. Matt's going to be coming around trying to find this last kill. He finally will be able to pick it up. But in the meantime, they're losing over here onto A. So the first tick is going to go in. You see the nice crispy shots coming in from Crixus. Esporto, he does get taken down, but it's quickly traded out by Crixus once again as he continues on. Gets that second tick in onto A point. This is looking like it's going to be a round 2, all tied up with a nice bow.
Yeah, Natural Talent, you're a dominant control team. That's what it is. Living Nightmare may not be their best mode. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Maybe Living Nightmare, this is their best mode, but Natural Talent is just that much better. They're looking so good with just how they're playing these, like just obviously the little respawns they did go ahead and need that round. And then obviously just the way they went ahead and pushed that B site early, and I'm like not even paying attention. I'm kind of just looking at the scoreboard, and I looked down at my screen for a second. I'm like, what? 2 ticks on B? Eating my own words that I was saying. Like you said, literally like 30 seconds before. Natural Talent taking B early. That is not an easy thing to do. As Keats goes ahead and gets kill number 1, make that kill number 2 as well. Is that Mir? I can't even tell what's anymore. Mir picking up that 3rd one. Kates did pick up those first 2. But yeah, Natural Talent looking good. Esporto asserting his dominance here. Seeing a very similar lineup like we saw in the S&D. Matthew will be to his right. He woke up. Go on.
Oh my God, it does look like Josh and Ben are going to be able to answer back. So they get onto that Bravo point now. This is very similar to what we saw in round number 1, except for last time they were not able to secure a tick on B. This time it's going to be a little bit different. So second tick just about to go on in. Mir is going to be able to take care of the middle of the map. Esporto up here into money. Not going to be able to get that nade off. Oh, Josh Josh gets 2. Oh my God, the guy basically solos here onto the B point. Yeah, he's excited about that. He knows exactly what's up, and they will be able to secure the extra time, secure the harder point. Can they answer back here onto A? Now, this is a little bit more difficult to actually hold on to. As I say that, though, Crixus pops off on 3 in a row, and he's going to be able to force them all the way to back there in their spawn. Still, Natural Talent, even with losing B, they're still looking like they're in control of this map. So I don't know if you're muted there for the whole stream, Matt, or not, but not going to be hearing anything. And oh, there he is. He's back. He's back.
I hit my mic. My parsec froze. I had to reset it there for a second, or not reset it. Instead of letting go ahead and do it before, and I was not screaming at it, but yeah, you know, I'm good now. I'm back. But yeah, good take on the B coming from Living Nightmare. They're gonna go ahead and do their best to go ahead and find this A control now. Only 1 man on it. Going to be going up in a 1v1 with Esporto, but he will easily find the 2. Josh and Matt will go ahead and fall slugger right behind him. The minute and 12 left and 9 lives. It's going to be very hard for Nightmare to go ahead and make something happen here. It will have to be a full wipe coming out, but look at these guys. They're running in their spawns. Mir taking them out 1 by 1. As I say that, he goes and takes them out. Kate's going to catch 1 player off guard. And 18 is some of that bullfrog. Like you said earlier, it's not so much a meme weapon, and I'm seeing why. He's doing, I don't know who's been using it the entire time. Maybe he just pulled it out, but every single time I feel like we look at these bullfrogs, it's actually Kates and Mir both have him in hands. As Josh gets artillery somehow. I actually didn't see him go on a streak at all. But Esperto on a 5 streak right now, going off. 1 player left. It's a 1v10 right now. And Natural Talent will go ahead and take the map 3-0 and the series 3-0. And a great showing coming from NT.
That's a big old GG right there as we finish it off. Beautiful games coming out from Natural Talent, really showing off why they are the #2 seed so far. They have definitely secured themselves in the playoffs, obviously, and we're going to be seeing some fireworks off of them hopefully here in the next couple of weeks. So props to them. But Living Nightmare, after having a bit of a break, well, it looks like maybe that break was made their skills a little bit rusty. They had flashes where it looked like, okay, they're going to be able to come back. That last round, they're in control. As we saw, they look pretty good. They were able to get onto B fairly quickly, get those ticks in. Josh was looking fantastic. He pretty much solo capped it there. But when it came down to it, Natural Talent was like, hold on, hold the phone here. You guys think you're actually going to win this? No. And they just turned it up, able to push them all the way back in the spawn. It was pretty embarrassing there towards the end. And honestly, throughout the entirety of this match, Natural Talent had complete control of it. They absolutely were dictating the pace of it. In Living Nightmare, they were playing from behind the entire time.
Yeah, no, I agree with all those statements. They're Living Nightmare, just like you said, those moments of greatness, they happened. But like you said, Natural Talent reacted like 4 or 5 times harder anytime one of those happened, especially in that S&D, that control, which is absolutely insane. They had a little glimmer of hope at one point on the defense. It did not go in their favor. Obviously, a 3-0 coming from that hard point. They started looking good for the first few seconds and the last few seconds. But just Living Nightmare, they need to go ahead and find that piece of the puzzle that they're missing. I believe they're still in playoff contention right now. I believe they're sitting at the 6th seed. If you want to go ahead and pull up the divisions real quick, Mr. Production Man. But it's I'm not too sure. I couldn't tell you on the top of my head. There's still quite a bit going on right now. As you can see, Valkyrie, Living Nightmare, and Hyped. I believe Valkyrie and Living Nightmare are now 3-5 if these aren't updated, and Hyped is now 4-4. So that playoff race for that 4 and 5 spot, I believe, are still up for grabs. Indiana Syndicate will go ahead and make a run for their money at 5-3 themselves. A really, really solid roster. I don't see him going anywhere lower than that. But Valkyrie, Living Nightmare, and Hyped are still all in the run for that last spot or 2 right there.
Yeah, I think it's a very it's a stretch to think that Living Nightmare right now is going to be able to get up in the playoffs just from what we've seen so far. Hyped is looking like they're going to be able to secure it. And Valkyrie, yeah, if they lose next week, maybe we see him kind of sneaking on in there at some point. I don't know. I just it's going to be really tough. Yeah, they did play, obviously they played the second best team in the division, so maybe you're sitting there going, well, yeah, of course they're going to lose. But it just didn't look like they had it all together here for this particular match. But anyways, guys, that is going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button down below on the YouTube. It absolutely helps us out. And make sure you do hit that subscribe button as well. Share the video out there. Follow the Twitter. Do all of that awesome social media stuff. And once again, we do appreciate all the help here from our partners. Connie, thank you for showing up and not losing money off of Hero tonight. I'm sure you're happy about that. But either way, it has been a fantastic evening of matches. We're looking forward to what's going to be happening here tomorrow. Definitely tune in at 8 o'clock. Of course, regular scheduled time. I think that's going to be it. So thank you so much here from myself and from Big Tall Matt. And we'll see you guys here in the next one. Take it easy.